Hello and a warm good evening to each one of you, friends, followers, on fans. We are back on AIFF TV after quite a long time, quite a long duration, if we can say that. Obviously, we trust that everyone is safe at home, and we always feel that everyone needs to stay safe from their own respective residences. Well, as these the second wave of the pandemic has hit the entire country, there have been lot many COVID warriors who have been fighting it along with each one of us, and many of them have been ex-footballers or people who have been associated with football. There are many such names who have come forward without caring anything about their lives to be just, what do you say, to be just workers, all of them. And our guest today is one such COVID warrior at the present moment. We always know him as a very gutsy team defender. Nirmal Chettri joins us, a guest from Sikkim. Nirmal, good afternoon and lovely to have you.
Good afternoon. Good to see you there.
गुड टू सी यू. हम लोग आपको देख के बहुत खुश है. इनफैक्ट आपकी हेड स्पेस थोड़ी काट रही है. मेरे आपकी बाल तो मेरे से ज्यादा है, तो आप थोड़ी सी कैमरा को एडजस्ट कर लेंगे तो शायद अच्छा होगा. There we go. Obvious निर्मल छेत्री का रेसिडिंग हेयरलाइन नहीं है मेरे जैसा, बट नाइस टू सी यू. घर पे सब कैसे हैं निर्मल?
बस ठीक दादा, आप कैसे हो दादा? हाउ इज योर फैमिली?
हम एवरीवन फिट एंड फाइन सो फार, सर्वाइविंग. और घर में जो छोटी सी बच्ची है, क्या कर रही है? आप अभी डायपर्स ज्यादा चेंज कर रहे हो, वो ज्यादा आसान है या खेलना ज्यादा आसान था?
दादा ये बहुत मुश्किल का काम है. Playing on the field is different thing, but playing off the field is very difficult. और स्पेशली अभी I'm been like वॉचमैन जैसा काम हो रहा है. रात को उठना, बच्चा को सब याद करना, बहुत टफ टाइम हो रहा है. बट फिर भी लाइक एंड ऑफ द डे I've been managing everything. और बच्चा को भी देखना, उसके साथ फिर थोड़ा फिटनेस वर्कआउट करना और बाकी सब देखना.
Absolutely. God bless the Chetris for that, and obviously you can trust on Nirmal to be doing that as he's a fighter. Well, Nirmal, बहुत सारे questions इस chat के बारे में आया है, mostly journalists से. So सभी लोग जानना चाहते हैं कि about you being a COVID warrior at the present moment. So we go directly into the questions. To be putting it very rightly, very in a straightforward manner, you are Nirmal Chettri. You have played for the country. Have played for so many top clubs all across the country, 3 international tournaments, which you have 2 SAF championships and a Nehru Cup versatile defender. You were dubbed as brilliant by none other than Gerd Muller after your exploits with the Bayern Munich under-22 side. Well settled in life, God bless you, all of that. And now you are braving all odds and going all out to serve the people. And that prompts a question from a journalist, Mr. Anuj Mishra, who works for ANI, and also from Shubhayan Chakraborty, who works from Beyond News. Who inspired you to do so, and where did you first feel that you need to do such a thing?
The first thing is like football has given me so much, without any expectation, imagination. Football बहुत सारा कुछ दिया है. So I think the first and foremost inspiration is my family, because I've been brought up from the ground zero. I've seen the lives, I've seen the people, I've seen the problem, I've seen the difficulties. So I always feel like we should help someone. Like if it's in our control or our hand, we should always extend our hand. And that's how I brought up from my family, especially my mom and my brother. So but the biggest, coming into the football career, I think the biggest inspiration was Baichung Bhai and Reni Singh, especially Reni Bhai, because like whenever I sit with him, it's never a dull moment, because he always talk about giving back to the people, giving back to the society. And also I have to mention Sanju and Vikas, with whom I constantly get in touch with, both of them. And we always talk about what kind of work we can do to help society, community, youngsters, or what kind of motivation we can give to the youngsters. Those are the things I always keep on my mind, and I always give back to the society and to the young generation.
Lovely, Nirmal, lovely to hear all of that. थोड़ी सी फिर headspace के लिए मैं बोलूंगा, थोड़ी सी headspace आपका काट रहा है. फ्रेम थोड़ी ठीक कर लीजिए, थोड़ी सी हेड के ऊपर थोड़ी स्पेस भी होनी चाहिए. आप टाइम लीजिए, नो प्रॉब्लम इन दैट.
let me I'll just manage my sitting.
हाँ, थोड़ी सी आराम से बैठिए, बिल्कुल.
Okay now?
There we see the original Nirmal Chettri. Fans अभी समझ
Thank you.
पाएंगे original Nirmal Chettri को. Well, Nirmal, there are some comments which have come in from your friends, your idols, your ex-teammates. एक से एक के बाद एक मैं वो पढ़ता हूँ कौन क्या बोला है. First one is from Subroto Paul. And Subroto says, the social work that Nirmal is doing makes me proud, makes all of us proud. In fact, it makes the Indian football fraternity proud. As footballers, it is our responsibility to give back to the society in whatever manner we can. May God bless him for all of that. ये सुब्रतो ने बोला है आपके बारे में. साथ में ये भी ऐड किए हैं, like he is doing off the field at the moment. Nirmal was a fighter on the field and ready for any challenge. He was never afraid to overlap. I've played with him in many a championship, both at the international and the club level. It was tough to get past him. I wish my younger brother all the best and good luck.
Thank you, Surya, for your kind word and love. You're always my number one, Subhada.
Mehtab Hussain is next. Mehtab भाईजान के साथ बात की हम लोग तो what he say, शोमो ने हमारा desk, my colleague, he had talked to Mehtab and Mehtab बोले है कि I believe it's in the nature of most footballers to help out the society in terms of need. Mehtab बोला है. Nirmal, like many, has been continuing his own efforts to help the people of his town fight the virus, and his efforts must be commended. He always had such tendencies to help people. ओ खूब भालो छेले. बांग्ला में last line आया है.
Thank you, Mehtab.
Next is Gauramangi Singh. Gauramangi, he says, as a person, I know him since 2001. And if I remember correctly, I met him for the first time when that's the Tata Football Academy, Mangi us samay TFA mein tha, went to play Sikkim Governors Cup in Namchi. He was in the Football Academy then. He's a couple of years younger to me, but I would say we grown up more or less together as individuals. Today he is a younger brother to me, extrovert, vocal, loud, easily reachable. And I think it comes naturally for him to help people as he takes initiatives to help his locality or community in whatever way possible. एक जिक्र भी किया एक incident when I was playing for Prayag United. I used to stay alone and one time I was down with fever. But he didn't leave me alone at my flat. He took me to his place and helped me in my recovery. And I ended up staying more than 2 weeks at his place. Cutting short, good person and a human being. Please convey my best wishes and lots of love to him, his family, and the little angel.
Thank you, Mangsai. But I don't think he stayed for 2 weeks. He stayed more than 2 months. He still owe me a month
अच्छा
of
ठीक है,
rent.
उसमें हम लोग का कोई कंप्लेन नहीं है. जरूर क्यों नहीं, निर्मल के साथ हर कोई रहना चाहेंगे. तो मीन्स थोड़ी बताइए कि अभी मीन्स व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आर यू डूइंग इन दिस कोविड पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन, जो सोशल वर्क आप कर रहे हो, मीन्स व्हाट आर यू डूइंग?
So at the moment, I'm in Malli. Malli is the place in between Bengal and Sikkim border. Malli एक ऐसा छोटा जगह है, like you have two entrances to get into the Sikkim. One is like Malli, if you have to go to south and west part, and another one is at Rangpur, where if you want to go into the east and north. So Malli basically a छोटा जगह है, like where setup has been made, especially the people who are coming out as a migrant, like a laborer or a tourist or even the home returnee. तो उधर में एक कैंप सेटअप किया हुआ है. तो फिलहाल अभी मैं घर में ही हूँ. लाइक थोड़ा दिन आगे फ्रॉम 6 देयर हैज बीन अ पार्शियल लॉकडाउन रेस्ट्रिक्शन हुआ है. तो अभी मल्ली में हूँ. तो यही एट दिस टाइम आई बीन विद द फैमिली, क्योंकि आई थिंक ये सभी सोचना चाहिए कि डिफिकल्ट टाइम में वी नीड टू stay close to the loved ones, especially with the family. Like there shouldn't be any doubt about that. मैं अभी फैमिली के साथ हूँ और वही हिसाब से केसेस भी लास्ट 1 वीक से केसेस थोड़ा बढ़ रहा है in every corner of India. So looking at the precaution, recently I just dropped my wife and my 3-month son to the village, जहाँ पे you have a different kind of environment. अभी फिलहाल मैं फैमिली के साथ मल्ली में हूँ, but very soon I'll travel just my life is in between, like, a village and in Malli.
सो ब्लड डोनेशन कैंप जो आपने ऑर्गेनाइज किए थे उसके बारे में थोड़ी लोगों को आप बताएंगे फैंस को तो इट वुड बी वेरी नाइस.
So actually, I had a club. I opened a club with the help of my former players and former friends. I mean, like our local friends. So basically, it's a club called FC Malli. Malli is like where I belongs to. We have a motto of, like, giving back to the society. FC Malli basically not play on the field, we play off the field also. So it's been 3 years that, with the help of my friend and, like, uh, local people, I opened a club. एंड उसमें क्या होता है कि, लाइक, वी नॉट ओनली प्ले टूर्नामेंट तो हम लोग खेलता है, लेकिन, लाइक, वी हैव सेट अप स्टैंडर्ड, लाइक, एटलीस्ट couple of charity every 2 months or, like, every 1 month we has to do. So वैसा ही जैसा लास्ट टाइम भी हम लोग एक दो इनिशिएटिव लेके किया था, तो इस बार हम लोग का यही सोच था कि, लाइक, we get into touch with the people of, like, blood donation. I mean, like the blood army of Sikkim. We get to know, like, blood short हो सकता है, like, at the moment, like, we have been seeing or watching, reading about the, like, medical oxygen. So वही हिसाब से, what if, like, we fall short in blood, तो वो हिसाब से actually we plan to have a blood camp last month mid, but cases ज़्यादा बढ़ रहा था and we thought about, like, the positive side as well as the dark side. तो वही हिसाब से फिर हम लोग we put everything on hold and we postponed the date. And all of a sudden, we got a call from the blood donation branch of Namsi. So they were saying, like, we need some blood, at least, like, 20. In emergency, we need 20, maximum to the 30. And, like, at this restriction time, it was very difficult to get in touch with the administration. But I'm very grateful to, like, DC South, like, who was very reachable. And I gave him a call, and it was, I think, Saturday or it was Sunday. And he just asked me to send a letter on his WhatsApp, was so reachable, and then he sent me the permission. And, like, at the meantime, हम लोग को protocol भी follow करना था, looking at safety and security. So in 2 days time, especially the members, like, who our FC Malli members, they work so tirelessly. Like, we started getting in touch with all the local people, and happy, like, most of the people from our community Malli, they came and they joined our drive, and almost, like, 80 people registered for the drive. And, like, उसमें से 58 को हो गया blood donate कर लाए, 58 unit we collected the blood. And then फिर उसके बाद 20 और ऐसा बहुत सारा प्रॉब्लम आया, किसी का ब्लड प्रेशर ज्यादा था, किसी का हेमोग्लोबिन कम था, उसके बाद फिर किसी का कोई इंजेक्शन लगाया हुआ था. और यही हिसाब से मैं यही अपील करना चाहता हूँ, like, most of the young people, like, above 18 to 45, like, those who haven't done their vaccination, please, like, go to your nearest health center or maybe your hospitals, like, find about the blood donation or blood plasma, because once you are vaccinated, you can't donate anything for a month, before that, like, do your part, because, like, they're saying, like, blood that is the biggest than, at least do something. Because I feel like, we are not saving a one life, we don't know, like, जो हम लोग blood दे रहा है किसको मिलेगा, but, like, it might save 50 unit था, 58 unit था, but I think that might save, like, thousands of lives.
Well, Nirmal, you know what, मेरा जो impulsive reaction हो रहा है, each and every day people say, it's a cliche whenever you refer to any player across all sports, we say, oh, he's a legend. But I trust a true legend is someone like you. जो comments भी आया है, Shani Veni Foam has said, Alan say, Nirmal, what a legend, amazing player, and even better person. Love you. Comes from him. Rakshit Dagar says, great initiative, bhai, proud of you. That comes from Rakshit Dagar. There's a doing a very much noble cause, says Akash Sharma. Chamling says, good job with the blood donation camp, Nirmal. Those are all comments coming in from Van, and it's a big salute to what you have done. when you were speaking, you said every 2 or 3 months we come up with such initiatives. ये तो अभी के बारे में आप बोल रहे हो. इससे पहले कोई initiative के बारे में, if you want to mention anything, what kind of initiatives did you take up earlier on?
Yes, last year, during that August first week, हम लोग ने sanitation drive किया, क्योंकि जो मेरा गांव है, we have two wards, Malli East and Malli West, which covers almost we have almost 5 to 600 houses. Last year we did 3 days of sanitation drive and 1 day of cleanliness drive. तो वो था कि अगस्त का, that was from August 12 to 16, and it was a successful drive, क्योंकि उस टाइम में केसेस बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ रहा था, and then the home treatment बहुत ज्यादा था, बाहर से आ रहा था, and Malli being one of the hotspot entrance, तो उसमें वही था कि हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, and we also tried to have a separate isolation for the people who have been resident of local, and उसमें हम लोग का फिर 1-2 वजह से हम लोग कर नहीं पाए, क्योंकि at that time सब कुछ एक अच्छा होना चाहिए था, तो वो ज्यादा स्पेसेस नहीं था, but sanitation drive was a great success, and the people were so happy, क्योंकि वो टाइम में the people always have thoughts of coming out and do something like what we FC Malli done. तो बहुत सारा सोचने वाला चीज होता है कि कोई घर में रहना चाहता है, कोई निकलना नहीं चाहता है, but happy that I have very good circle of friends, and people in my community, they are very helpful, they are reachable, and they always come for the charity work.
Well, blessings, I believe, from the entire country to the lovely, wonderful group which you have. There's a message, nice haircut, bro, comes from Ray PNB9. I believe he's one of your friends, I guess. Ray PMB9 says, last nice haircut, bro. I come to a question later on. Mr. Chris Marcelo has put in a question. I'll come to that later on. I continue with the question from Anuj Mishra from ANI. You said how you have, led it from the front. Do you plan any such initiatives in the coming years? ऐसे कुछ plan होता है ना? Do you act as per the situation?
We have plans, we have already set up such plans, we now next month, or maybe we're supposed to have a summer camp for the kids who are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or maybe till age groups. We have a plan for the football camps. And then we have in the June or July, we are planning for the plantation drive, and then we have another one, we are trying to have a drug-free Malli, because these are the time we need to have an impact on the youngsters. अभी बहुत सारा ऐसा समय है कि especially addiction, इसमें बहुत सारा काम करना बाकी है, especially each and every corner of country, especially Sikkim छोटा जगह है जहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस हो जाता है बच्चा लोग और यंगस्टर्स, तो इसमें भी हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं. वी हैव एग्जीक्यूटिव कमेटी हम लोग में क्लब में, तो वी हैव सेट अप दोस वर्क which we will do in couple of months.
Shubayan has another question, and he asks, have any other former or current players joined hands with you for your campaign? ऐसे कोई टीम में आपके साथ है?
No, at the moment क्या है कि अभी जहाँ पे मैं रहता हूँ उधर से जगह हम लोग का थोड़ा डिफरेंट हम लोग कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में रहता है, जगह में रहता है, बट वी कीप इन टच विद आई मीन संजू, माई सेल्फ, विकास, उसके बाद फिर बच्चों में थोड़ा दूर में रहता है नादोम, एंड देन वी कीप इन टच, एंड वी ऑलवेज टॉक अबाउट what we can give back, और हम लोग क्या कर सकता है कि at those time संजू has done a good job in his back home. संजू भी बहुत सारा किया है, विकास किया है, तो yes, but when I get the message, especially I got a message from रेणु भाई, मंगी भाई से मैसेज मिला था, उसके बाद बहुत सारा ऐसा है कि थ्रू मैसेजेस में व्हाट्सएप वी गेट इन टच, बट अभी जहाँ पे मैं रहता हूँ तो उधर से थोड़ा हम लोग दूर में रहता है, तो फिलहाल तो नहीं है, बट या वी हैव बीन वर्किंग अभी हम लोग का जैसा फुटबॉल प्लेयर एसोसिएशन ऑफ सिक्किम खुला हुआ है 2 साल आगे, तो वी हैव बीन वर्किंग टू हेल्प द लोकल फुटबॉलर्स द प्लेयर्स हु आर सफरिंग अफेक्टेड बाय द कोविड, वो भी काम कर रहा है. सो वी हैव अ टीम मल्ली में एक टीम है, दूसरा अलग अलग जगह में एक टीम है, एंड स्पेशली एट गैंगटोक फुटबॉल प्लेयर एसोसिएशन ऑफ सिक्किम जो खुला हुआ है फॉर द प्लेयर्स बाय द प्लेयर्स, तो वो लोग भी काम कर रहा है.
So which means that most of the players from Sikkim stay a bit far from each other, and most of them have been chipping in their own respective areas, and everyone drawing inspiration from one another. That's lovely.
Yes.
There's a question from Anuj, again, Anuj Mishra or a question, a very significant question. He says, how difficult is it for you as an individual with limited resources to get involved in such noble drives?
It's difficult to start, but once you start, once you put up your ideas, you have people who will back up and who will come forward to extend their help. So I'm lucky enough, and I'm very grateful to the people who always stand shoulder to shoulder with me. Difficult with that, but you need a good approach. You need a straight talk. वही हिसाब से, because I'm very straight and loud. वही हिसाब से मैं बात रखता हूँ. So I've been reachable, or especially with the resources, sometimes with the limited resources, you have to do uh, unwanted work जो नहीं होता है उसको भी impossible करना पड़ता है. As of now, God being so kind, जितना भी जो भी initiative ले रहा हो, तो वो सब success हो रहा है. And as I mentioned, you need a team, you need a the friends, and then you need a members, so that's just teamwork makes the dream work. So I have a very good team. So वही हिसाब से हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं.
God bless you, all of you on that. Srihari Menon from Republic Television, digital team, in fact. एक सवाल है, are you planning to expand your charitable works beyond your city and state and team up with other footballers in other parts of the country? ऐसे कुछ plans है आप लोगों का?
Of course, we have been doing that. So we have a group FPI का एक group है जहाँ पे the people they put up the problems and all, we always come forward to extend our help, क्योंकि footballers हम लोग का जो tag लगा हुआ है, we have got so much from the football. So वही हिसाब से हम लोग काम भी कर रहे हैं. It's not see, end of the day we are human, we are not God, we can't reach to everyone, but message has to be clear. We are reachable, it's a time of social media and social platform. So if we get the message, if we get the a call or anything from anyone directly or indirectly, we try to reach them, we try to help them in some ways. So yes, of course, if I'm approached by someone for the help, so बड़ा नहीं हो सकता है, फिर भी छोटा भी help करने के लिए I'm always ready. And especially we the footballers, we are very kind, we are soft by heart, so we always try to help each other and everyone.
Soft at heart, definitely, without any doubt. You say that you are not a god, Nirmal, but most footballers have always been gods on the field. They are worshipped, they are celebrated by the fans, backed by the fans. And the noble cause for which you have kind of dedicated your life consistently, along with many other footballers, no less than God. In fact, the manner in which you have been serving the society, for example, the blood donation camp. So many people would be benefiting from it, and it's no less work than the manner the Almighty could have helped. So it's obvious, a big salute to you and all of that, all of your team on that. There's another question again from a journalist. Not many journalists have asked questions. Bridge from the bridge, Shayan Chatterjee, and Shayan asks, you have already answered that question. Any plans to conduct drives away from the city? You have already answered that. The second question is, any hurdle that you faced while you were providing relief to your hometown in Mali, to the people, any hurdle which you faced?
Yes, in the beginning, last year August we faced, because at the sanitation drive, you need the kids and you need the water जो सैनिटाइज करने के लिए पानी चाहिए था, उसमें बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो रहा था. एंड देयर वाज लैंडस्लाइड, क्योंकि सिक्किम हिल जगह में था. एंड दैट टाइम देयर वाज सो मच ऑफ रेन. लकीली लॉकडाउन का वजह से गाड़ी बहुत कम चल रहा था. एंड देयर वाज ऑलमोस्ट we have to cross almost 100 of landslides to get into that place. So luckily we reached there, but it was difficult to arrange all those things for the 4 days sanitizing drive. But there is saying जब कुछ काम करता है कोई बंदा निकल जाता है हाथ देने के लिए. सो वही हिसाब से हमें बहुत सारा हेल्प भी मिला. एंड we got help from the PH department, government of Sikkim. They provide us with the sanitizing water. And from Jorthang Municipal Corporation, we got the equipments, a couple of machines for the sanitizing drive. And then the people always, they contribute from their sides वो भी निकल गया था क्योंकि like there was number of my under 17 team, the senior team, the members, supporters, they came out in number. उसका हिसाब से like 3-4 दिन में हम लोग ये सब काम किया. So all in all होता है but you have to manage everything.
You have to manage everything. There's some already fans who have already given out very positive messages. Mr. Akash says, if you are willing, join our campaign. We are willing to join, ready to join your campaign, and we are from Assam. If you need, that comes from a fan. There's a individual called Psycho5Physio503. Thank you for being an inspiration to the youth in what you have been doing. Thank you for saving lives and being a better human person. Good going, da. That's what he says. Chinglen Sana has joined us. Hi, Nirmal da. Great service. Chinglen Sana Singh. Chinglen Sana, hi.
Sana bhai.
आप कुछ बोल रहे थे साना के बारे में?
Sana, I've been seeing your videos. So keep up the good work and congratulations on wearing the Indian team jersey. And you deserve that. Keep up the good work. All the best to you.
All the best from one sturdy defender to the another sturdy defender, from Nirmal Chettri to Chinglen Sana Singh. Now moving on other questions. There's a question again from Anuj. From your experience, how does the society react to all of these initiatives, Nirmal? That's a question from Anuj. The last question from the journalists, in fact.
I've got so much from the society, initial days, when I was just studying, when I was a kid, and I still remember, when we used to, join the tournament and we used to collect the money from the people. And after winning the trophy, also we used to go and collect the money, I was big pain for them, and they still talk about my childhood days, and I feel it's my time to give back to the society, and that's what I am doing. And as I mentioned before, my where I come from, I have a circle of people and the place, I'm so grateful to them. I've got so much of love from the people here, and I'm happy. When I give something back to the society, I feel really blessed, and I'm so grateful.
Grateful. You are certainly a blessed soul, Nirmal. Mr. P. Tripathi says, I don't know if it's a P. Mr. or a Miss P. Tripathi. P. Tripathi, an individual, says, people like you save humanity. Keep it up. I don't know whether it's Puneet Tripathi, a dear friend of mine, but it's P_Tripathi 2940. Nirmal, taking a sidestep into your footballing career. Obviously, it's not over, and that leaves a very pertinent question from a fan called George. He says, you are only 30 years old, one of my favorite defenders. Why am I not seeing you play as much as I should?
Yes, I've been playing last 2 years, especially if I have to mention last year before the pandemic. I was with Minerva Punjab, where I played a couple of matches, and then lockdown happened, and before that I was with FC Goa, and then really that time started some family tragedy, and then last year my wife was expecting, at this critical time I have three priorities, three F, which comes family, football, and friends. And when you give priority to your family, and then the rest take care. So I'm happy to be with family at that time. That was the need of the hour, to be with my wife. We were expecting that time she was expecting, and then I feel that was a time to be around her. So iske liye, but yeah, I still feel that I have a couple of years left. So as long as I stay fit, as long as I feel I'm active and I can play, definitely I'm working hard and I'm taking care of my fitness, though it's difficult, but still I'm managing everything. Definitely once the situations gets better, once with the help of AIFF, all this league starts, definitely I'll come back stronger. They're saying you have to make your comeback better than your setback. So I'm looking forward and I'm working hard.
The bundle of joy has arrived at home, obviously, and to the little pretty angel, the dad has to be donning the challenging himself and donning the Indian national team jersey again. And obviously, there were a lot many other questions which I received. Has Nirmal retired? I said no, absolutely not. And there's Nirmal Chettri dismissing obviously any talks of that. We all want to see you back to where you belong. Obviously, me being one of them. And you said that you are working on your fitness. So that brings me to a question from Mr. Chris Marcelo, whom I had mentioned about earlier on. How has COVID affected the fitness of the players? That's also a question from Mr. Kostov. He asks, how are you guys are practicing and keeping up the fitness levels?
So till last week, I mean, once the the partial lockdown, I've been doing cycling, I've been working. The top floor, but right now there have been a partial restriction. Uske baad, then there's night curfew till from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. So at the moment I'm doing the home workout. It's easy. You can go to the YouTube and then you find out the workout whatever you want to do. At the moment it's very difficult for a sports person to have a that exercise which they were doing with the team, but at least we can keep that tone of exercises to just get going. So यही है कि कभी कभी मुश्किल हो जाता है जैसा हम लोग करता था टीम के साथ वैसा नहीं कर सकता है, बट एटलीस्ट सर्टेन वे गूगल में जाके देख के उसके बाद फिर जो एक्सरसाइजेस दिया हुआ है करता है हम लोग वही फॉलो अप कर रहा हूँ. वही अभी राइट टाइम के लिए वेट कर रहा हूँ कि ये सब चीज नॉर्मल हो जाए, उसके बाद फिर ग्राउंड में जाना, फिर लड़का लोग के साथ ट्रेनिंग करना, बच्चा के साथ ट्रेनिंग करना, वो माल कब होगा वही इसके लिए वेट कर रहा हूँ.
Wish you all the best, and obviously again I reiterate that we all wait to see you, watch you playing in front of our eyes. Um, Going a bit earlier, there was a match which I remember. I was very lucky to be into it, watch it from the stands as a journalist. It was a Subroto Cup match, and I didn't know that Nirmal Chettri was playing in that match, along with, I believe, Sanju Pradhan, Vikas Jairu were all in that squad. Sikkim Sports Hostel, and there was the superstar had come back from FC Bari. I'm referring to Baichung Bhutia. Baichung Bhai was in Delhi. He was on crutches. He was nursing his injury. He had come to watch the Subroto Cup match for the Namchi Hostel to play. He got introduced to all of you. There's an iconic picture of you getting introduced to Baichung. So वो experience कैसा था उस group के बारे में बताइए, because उस group से बहुत से लोग आगे उभर के इंडिया खेले हैं. थोड़ी सी if you could take us back to those younger days of yours.
That was back in 2001. I still remember. I think by the time we reached Sikkim House was almost 10:30, and we were just rubbing our eyes. It was 3 days of journey, and then getting into the Sikkim House was long journey. And then 10:30 we saw Bhai was waiting us in the gate, and we were surprised कभी सोचा नहीं था कि भाई को वैसा हालत में मिलेगा हम लोग. And he was so nice, and then he sat with us, and then he left, and the very next day he come back and we had a dinner together, and then he came to watch us play. Usme we lost the I think semi-final with Jharkhand. I remember we lost, and then he was so expressive. वो बोला हम लोग के बारे में कि you guys have good future, don't lose your hopes, keep working at this, not an end. We never I still believe we brought up watching him play, and we at the hostel have a dream of to represent what he has represented before. So we always dreamed of where Baichung Bhai has gone to represent that club. हम लोग का वही सोचता कि Baichung Bhai जहाँ पे खेला हमें भी वही खेलना था. So वही हिसाब से brought up हुआ है, and then meeting him दिल्ली में वो बहुत that was the first time I met him, and I had a chance to meet him in Namchi. But the same day हम लोग का academy छुट्टी हुआ था, so I left early for the home, and he visited the academy in the afternoon time, so I missed that, and I was lucky enough to meet him the same year. So उसका हिसाब से, and he came back from the injury from Bari FC, and I still remember that when he came back to Sikkim, he brought almost 20 jerseys for the academy Bari FC का. So that was the time. And then once it शुरू हुआ, and still I was a fan, and I'm a fan, and I'll always remain a fan.
We have all been fans of Baichung Bhutia. Everyone who has seen him play will always remain a fan of Baichung Bhutia. What a player! नाम ही काफी है. मैं हमेशा उसको बोलता हूँ, and he kinds of still blushes. Baichung Bhutia, BB15. Some comments coming in from coaches. Yan Law official. Yan Law has joined us. Nirmal signed for my next team.
Yeah, coach, definitely. Thank you for having faith on me. We had a very good time in Minerva, Punjab, and I'm sure you had a very good experience working in the Nepal Super League. Good luck to your future endeavor. Definitely, I'll get in touch with you.
There's also Mr. Harpreet Bedi. He says, Nirmalda never got enough chance to spend with you as much as I can recall. I've seen you as a quality leader on the field, and now what you are doing shows a great example of what you are on and off the field. Mr. Harpreet Bedi comes from him.
Even I've seen Harpreet doing a lot of good work, and I've been a coach now, the best wishes to you, Harpreet. You are just growing and keep on growing, because there's a lot of space to grow, and best wishes to you, Harpreet.
Best wishes to Mr. Harpreet Bedi from Nirmal Chettri. Well, Nirmal, आपके साथ बात करें तो एक बात का जिक्र करना ही पड़ेगा, and that was a comment from Mr. Gerd Muller, Mr. Thomas Muller, दोनों के तरफ से आए थे. These two names obviously it rings a bell in your heart. मैं आता हूँ सवाल पे. उससे पहले मेहताब का एक comment है. मेहताब हुसैन भाईजान ने बोला है, when one of our guys gets such praise from people of such level, Gerd and Thomas Muller, it goes on to show how well the guy had played and played all throughout his career. There's no doubt about the talent that this guy had, and his name is Nirmal Chettri, and how hard he worked on the field. A very good player and a very nice lad to train with. Again, he says, "Bhalo chale." And obviously, he's referring to the match between East Bengal and Bayern Munich under 22. If you can take us through the match. Not many people are aware of that. You got so much of accolades from Gerd Muller and Thomas Muller. थोड़ी बताइए लोगों को.
That goal, I think I remember that 2009, and that Bayern Munich under 23 came for the exposure trip, and we were supposed to play two matches. One was at Barasat, and then on the match at Club Ground, East Bengal Ground. I'm very grateful to the coaches I work under. I can't. It will take time to mention all the coaches, but I just want to mention regarding this game. Bomik sir, that was my second year, and then having faith on the youngsters, playing on such level was always tough job, and especially Subhash Bomik sir का ये मोटो था कि those who work hard on the field has to get chance, and उसका हिसाब से he made the team, and कभी सोचा नहीं था कि such compliments will come out, and I was just doing my job, being a defender. My job is to help the team and defend, and there was not only I later on I remember about the Mola, but I still remember there was one guy, number 10. He was so sharp, and there was one big center defender, their captain, and he was so good. But later on in 2010, I get to know about Muller when he won the Golden Boot, and it was the compliments is always welcome. But I even that time also I said I don't want to get carried out, because I got a long way to go, and with the compliments the criticism comes, and you have to go all and all together. It was part and parcel of our football career and sports person career. So I took that as a compliment, as just make a stay for another one. वही हिसाब से I work on my football, and I work so hard, because I always say I'm 30% of talent and 70% of hard work, because there is no alternate of hard work, and those things comes and goes, but you have to be focused and you keep working hard. There is no alternate of hard work.
No alternate to hard work. That should be motivation and inspiration to you, coming from them, and just reminding you once again as to what your capabilities are, and especially because you are just barely 30. You mentioned about hard work, just taking a side step. It's a very sad day for Indian football because Mr. Franco Fortunato has passed away today. 1962 Asian Games gold medal winner. Also played a very massive role in the 1962 India winning the Asian Games gold medal in Jakarta. Was also part of the Rome Olympics. And the last time I spoke to him last year, he mentioned the same thing. There's no alternative to hard work. Franco, sir, rest in peace. And your words made me remember Franco, sir. Rest in peace. Our regards from the entire footballing fraternity to you, and condolences to your family.
Condolences to his family.
Thank you, Nirmal. Last question, Nirmal. National team, you have won 3 tournaments, 2 SAF championships. One was away, one was at home, and one was a very tough Cameroon squad, the Nehru Cup 2012. In the last few years that you have seen the national team, आपको and even the Indian football setup, not just the national team, what do you feel has changed? कुछ changes आपको आंखों में नजर आता है?
Yes, the Indian football has taken another leap. अभी जैसा हम लोग था, like before ISL and after, I'm not comparing, but the players have changed. The football remained the same. The players have changed. The mentality has changed. But right now, our team is in transition mode. Back then there was the leaders. There was many players, vast experience. But at the moment, I think we lack in experiences. But at least lucky enough that this bunch of players are getting a lot of exposures, and you have a space of improvement. You have always exposures, which makes you better. And I think the players are very professional at Abito, so they are working hard on their nutrition, uske baad their medical science, and then everything, even the injuries. The players who are injured now are also coming back, without their time. Or ये सब चीजें है कि then and now, or it takes time, it's not a rocket science ki you only win, sometimes when you win also you learn, but when you lose you have to learn so much, and that's what is happening at the moment. And best wishes to Coach Igor, he's setting another team, who's making another group of soldiers, warrior. I hope will qualify for the another Asian Cup as well as and World Cup. Yes, it's just matter of time, and it's just the mentality, mental health, and a bunch of players and bunch of warriors.
Bunch of warriors. 2023, the Asian Cup in China, 2 years still to go. You never know, a certain Nirmal Chettri walking out onto the field is barely 30. I keep on repeating and reminding you, Nirmal, you are just barely 30. There's a comment from Homnath799. Nirmal Chettri has always made us proud. I am his neighbor. Besides on the field, he has been doing tremendous work on and on the off the field also. God bless you. Comes from Homnath799.
Thank you so much, you've been so kind to me.
You deserve all of that kindness, Nirmal, I trust. In a country of 1.4 billion, if people are kind to you, obviously you deserve that kindness. Some random questions. Random questions. Your favorites, in fact. So, your footballing idol and your favorite footballer.
Hello. आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं ना?
हाँ, बिल्कुल सुन पा रहा हूँ. हाँ, I can hear you.
हाँ जी दादा.
Can you repeat your favorite again? Your favorite footballer?
See, as I said before, I've been brought up watching Bhai. So definitely he's one of my Indian star. And then another one was I was inspired by David Beckham. So they are the players. Baichung Bhai.
David Beckham.
And yes, Baichung Bhai, yes.
Iconic players. Your best Indian defender which you have seen so far?
Mahesh Bhai and Gaur Mangi, because they were the Mahesh Bhai and Mangi, because I was lucky enough to play in the international level with both of them. So yes, Mahesh Bhai and Mangi Bhai.
Mahesh Bhauli and Gaur Mangi, yes, definitely. The best Indian goalkeeper which you have seen?
So no doubt about the Polda. Polda will remain my number one. No doubt about that. Polda always.
Paul दा सुब्रतो Paul the Spider-Man. I trust. हमें बोले थे सुब्रतो कि मैं वॉच करूंगा, कमेंट करूंगा. आई बिलीव चुपचाप देख रहे, सामने कोई कमेंट नहीं करता, शाम को एक व्हाट्सएप करके बोलेगा हाँ हम देख रहे थे, अच्छा लगा निर्मल को देखकर.
रात
Toughest
में कॉल
forward
मैसेज
which
करेगा. Sorry. रात में
toughest
मैसेज
forward
करेगा.
which बिल्कुल toughest forward you have played against both Indian and international, because international भी आपने काफी सारे मैचेस खेले.
हाँ जी. I think if I have to mention two names, one was like now Sonen Orde. He was brilliant with his both the fit, and then another was like Anhum. He was so nippy and he was so dangerous. He was threat, and then Indian was like Sunil Chhetri. He has the quality. You can't mark him. You do whatever the rule book you want to use him, but like he's so best Chhetri. At still he's doing what others will retire, but like good wishes to Chhetri. I hope we will see a couple of more years of his football. So Sunil Bhai has been an inspiration to many, and I hope he'll keep leading the national team as well as the clubs. So best wishes to Sunil Bhai. I hope, and I will keep watching your videos. So best wishes.
Best wishes from one Chetri to the other. In fact, I remember that day when you had corrected me कि spelling ठीक करना है. I had spelled wrong both the Chetris, and you said it's CHH is Sunil and CHETT is mine. I still remember
Yes,
it.
yes,
तो
yes.
मैंने वो कभी
I
उसके
still
बाद भूल
remember.
नहीं किए. I still remember it.
Yes.
What has been your most memorable moment on the pitch, Nirmal, so far?
So definitely, like see, there are two things. One was like you being a footballer, like whatever, like sports person, you always want to represent your country, and like putting the blue jersey was always my dream. But it was just a dream. Like I never thought it will come true, but dreams do come true. Sapna sach bhi hota hai. You only have to work hard. And then the other one was like mm, playing for East Bengal and Mohun Bagan. So that was the days and the biggest moment of my career. Winning and losing is part of the career. Like sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but like even the winning trophies, but wearing the national team jersey and playing for East Bengal and Mohun Bagan was the biggest moments of my footballing career.
Nirmal, a question which means just a prominence impromptu question. You mentioned the national team, it's understandable. You speak to any other player, when I speak, everyone speaks about, mentions about the club culture in Bengal. What is special about playing for East Bengal and Mohun Bagan? क्यों आप बोल रहे हो ऐसे?
See the legacy, क्योंकि the club, like see that time अभी तो football like have a different uh, mode, like TV में आता है तो fans don't come out, they don't turn out in number, especially the big games में आता है, but like the legacy the clubs had left in Kolkata football, like मैदान. So वही था कि हम लोग का भी dream था कि जिस प्रकार से like the club culture they have in Kolkata, like right now, like those kind of things we see in Goa and like in Kerala, South India, or maybe Mumbai में भी थोड़ा हो रहा है, and most of the parts में अभी हो रहा है, but like Calcutta is mecca of football. और वहाँ पे like if you play good, you'll be treated as a god and you'll get whatever, like you'll get the jinn of Aladdin, whatever you want, whatever you desire, you get everything. But if you don't play well, if you lose and if you don't live up to the expectation and you are gone, you'll get everything on your head and everything on your shoulder, everything on your everywhere. So you have to be ready, like you have to be mentally prepared for those things, like the good side and the bad side.
जिन ऑफ अलादीन, ये कभी हमने बंगाल फुटबॉल के बारे में कभी कोई बताया नहीं. दैट्स अ न्यू comment which comes from you, Jinn of Aladdin. I'll take that with me always and remember it. So Nirmal Chettri अभी भी कलकत्ता में जाके मैदान के आसपास या कलकत्ता में any part से if he just walks past on the streets, people would be coming to him, निर्मल दा आप हमारे टीम में आशुन खेलून हमारे टीम में.
No, Calcutta is a second home to me. Like it's been so long that like I stayed in Kolkata. I played for big three clubs, like East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, and Mohammedan. I have very good relation with all those clubs. I still owe so much to them because the memories I left, the playing career is over, but the memories and the relation you live with the clubs are so important. So yes, Calcutta is second home to me after Sikkim. Yes, the people, the love, like the curiosity. उसके बाद फिर जान पहचान बढ़ाना कलकत्ता में. They still have the fond of that, the playing careers. कभी भी कहीं पे जाओ, they have been very approach and some see आपको पता है कलकत्ता में कैसा रहता है fan, main circle में when you are off the field they are friends, but when their team plays they are rivals. So वही होता है, कभी ये क्लब में मत आना, ये क्लब में मत जाना, ये क्लब ऐसा है वैसा है. They always says that, and then you have to take both the things and just move on, say hi, and then just listen to them and just bye.
Relationship continues and lingers on. You never know, Nirmal. I reiterate, barely 30, so you still have a chance of going back to any of the clubs. Which one is obviously your choice. There's still a
Yes.
chance. You are quite a prankster in the team. ये मैंने भी देखा during my few days जो मैंने देखा है. आपकी डेप्यूटी कौन था और आपका अभी राइवल कौन लगता है?
Mil नहीं था. I was his deputy, the Miraz Bhai and Nabida. I was his deputy क्योंकि I wasn't a leader. मैं मिराज भाई का पीछे and he was a Nabida especially, he's a charm of the team. Nabida knows how to make life और ये सब कराना. Nabida बहुत डेंजर था. और उसके बाद मिराज भाई was the leader. I used to be his deputy. तो वही था. Nabida number one. There is no comparison of Nabida when you get into the team bus or training में जा रहे, and he knows how to make the environment. कैसा बनाना था नविदा को सब पता था. And especially नविदा का वो मिथुंदा वाला डांस और राजेश खन्ना वाला, देवानंद वाला, that was quite famous and funny. So I think Navida was, if I have to mention, Navida and then Miraj bhai. मैं उसका डिप्टी था, मिराज भाई का तो मैं डिप्टी था.
इंटर्नशिप आपने महराज के साथ अंडर किए थे, आप बोल रहे हैं?
हाँ, he was my leader, yeah.
Who in that squad, who was the best singer and the dancer of the squad?
Singer, but no, entertainer, उतना तो किसी का निकला नहीं, but the entertainer was Nabida, total package, full of धमाका, and then चाहे on the fields, off the fields, फिर भी कैसा भी मतलब ड्रेसिंग रूम में करना हो, कोई प्रैंक करना, ऐसा मजाक करना हो, फिर बस में, चाहे होटल में, चाहे कहीं पे भी, उसके लिए कोई भी टाइम कभी देखता नहीं था. एंड सीरियस रहने के लिए कोशिश करता था, लेकिन नविदा से ये सब होता नहीं था. But
obviously all of us love Navida, Rahim Nabi. What a character he was and he still is. Who was the best dancer in that group?
See, footballers, I don't see any footballers having that steps. I hardly see, but I feel Robin Singh had quite a good steps. और बाकी सब मुझे नहीं लग रहा है इतना इंडियन फुटबॉल में. See, we have seen Baichung Bai, and I think that was the first and last होगा शायद फुटबॉलर से. I don't see anyone, उतना ज्यादा नहीं देखा था. And yeah, we have seen that FPA function में देखा था मिराज भाई का. उसके बाद if I have to mention one name, yeah, Subhasish Da. He's got the moves. Subhasish Da के पास कुछ है.
Subhashish Chaudhary will be one of our next guests on AIFF TV without any doubt. The manner in which he opened up about his life the other day to AIFF.com and the hardships which you went through. He's one of our guests next lined up for AIFF TV. Yeah, a brilliant answer, Subhashish. आपकी hobby क्या है? What's your hobby?
See, before when I was at hostel, Namchi Sports Hostel, so the hobby was to collect cutlet of Baichung Bai. The cutting papers वो काफी ज्यादा मैं collect किया था. And then when I met him, उसके बाद मेरे पास बहुत ज्यादा था. So that was my hobby, and still I have one hobby is to collect the currency of each and every corner of the world. वो है मेरा hobby. And then sometimes when I'm traveling, listening to the music, though I have full of songs, but I have best of songs collection, वही traveling में भी सुनना. So and then the past time में कुछ करना, news देखना, especially वो सब मेरा hobby है अभी.
Lovely. Before we let you go, Nirmal, you are such a legendary character, such a senior and inspiration to so many. Your message to the youngsters before we let you go.
See, my message is very clear to the youngsters. Keep working hard. I'll just talk about the 5 Ds. The principle of my life. The one is like the discipline. The another one is your dedication, and then the third one is your desire and duty, and the last but not the least is down to earth. Keep working hard. You never know. Have dream, but don't sleep with the dream. uh, have a focus. Set your goal. Keep working on your goal, because I'm telling you, I always had a dream of playing. I never dreamt of playing for India or playing for such big clubs, but I had a dream. Like that was dream, but I kept working on my dream. I just try to go close to the dream, because sometimes we keep dream, but we sleep with the dreams. Run with the dream, chase your dream. Like there is nothing impossible. मुझे भी मैं भी एक छोटा जगह से छोटा जगह से आया हूँ. कभी सोचा भी नहीं था कि इतना बड़ा जगह में पहुंचूंगा या खेलूंगा देश के लिए या कोई क्लब के लिए. तो कीप वर्किंग. आई एम सेइंग देयर इज नो अल्टरनेटिव ऑफ हार्ड वर्क का alternate कोई नहीं. And I remember when I was at Northeast United, Mr. Abraham Grant, he said the players of talent might achieve this much, the players of hard work will achieve so much. And he gave example of Michael Asian and other player. So to the players, to the young generation, to the to whom who wants to be a footballer or who wants to get into a sports, have a dream, focus on your goal, stay positive. Keep the positive vibes. Stay focused and just keep working hard. And you never know what comes on your way. Or best wishes to everyone. And another one, I just want to say the young, stay away from the bad things, stay away from the things which you don't want to harm yourself or your family. You should have a healthy life, and the rest thing will take care of itself.
Rest will take care of itself. And remember, the 5 Ds comes from Nirmal Chettri. Nirmal, lovely, lovely, lovely. First catching up with you and speaking to you. It's a privilege for AIFF TV to be having someone of your stature out there. And God bless you for all the work that you are doing. And best wishes from our side. Anything personally or professional, if you want to do, let us know. And keep up the good work. And obviously, besides all the social work, wish to see you playing again. And one of your big fans. Stay blessed.
I just want to send one message to the people of India. See, at this time, at such time, it's tough time for everyone. Second wave hitting us so hard. Let's not lose the hope. We are together on this. And especially to beat this virus. We have to follow the safety protocols. We have been looking at the news, reading in the newspaper, we have been so complication in the recent times. Let's follow the SOP maintained by the authorities. And just the special. The such things putting your marks going out and sanitizing your hand, washing your hands, and maintaining social distancing, avoiding going into the gathering place. Let's stay strong, India. Prayers for all the people, and we are together on this. And stay safe, everyone. Stay at your home, stay with your loved ones, stay safe, and take care.
Take care. Thank you so much, Nirmal. Take care, and God bless you. Thank you so much.
Take care, Nirmal. Thank you for having me. Take care.
Thank you.